Hey guys, the hook serve is one of the most modern serves in table tennis, used by many of the best players in the world. We're going to be detailing it out together. I'm going to be demonstrating some of them, especially some of the variations of it. Make sure you stick around to the end because I have three really important tips that you're not going to want to miss. Okay, so for the hook serve, what's the main thing you need to be able to do? Well, you need to be able to get the grip right. Normal shake hands grip looks like this: index finger across, thumb across, three fingers here. For the hook serve, you actually want to pull back on the racket a little bit like that. So that way you create some space here. You also want to shift it a little bit toward the index finger. Unlike the pendulum serve, for the hook serve, you're actually going to have all three fingers on the handle. So the racket is pulled back slightly and rotated toward the finger. You need to be able to serve from different locations to different locations. An effective serve with hook serve is here. It's similar to a lefty's pendulum serve. Also, you can serve from the middle, and also you can serve from here. That creates a lot of different scenarios from the ball coming from different locations to different locations. Let me demonstrate a couple hook serves. I'm going to be serving just short side spin. Check it out. One of the things that's really important on this serve is the toss. Even for myself, I struggle with throwing it very vertical. Some people are throwing it extremely illegal, like really throwing it back into the racket, which does create more spin, but it is illegal. So I'm talking to myself here as well. How is it that you make sure that your hook serve is legal? Well, the thing that I try to do is I try to just practice a few tosses without hitting the ball, and I can just catch it, or I can just let it go to the floor. Then after I practice a few tosses, then I'll practice hitting it. The next thing to remember is that you really want to move your body forward to the ball. If your body is back and you have the ball come back too, for sure it's going to be illegal. The last thing to make sure that you keep it legal is to throw the toss high enough. If the higher the ball is tossed, the more flexibility you have within the rules of being near vertical. If your toss is fairly low, if it's a little bit horizontal, then it's definitely going to be illegal. That's what we really want to work on, is making sure that our serve is clearly legal. Okay? As far as getting different spins, the spin that I was serving right there was short side spin. I was using my wrist and I was going this way, slightly around the ball. Let me demonstrate one more time. Slightly around the ball. The index finger was really pushing here to make it go like that for short side spin. If I want to serve short backspin, instead of going around the ball, I'm going to go this way, a little bit more on the back of the ball, and come down this way for a short backspin. Again, here, and backspin. So instead of going this way, I'm going more this way for the backspin. And then for the short topspin, there's actually three different ways that people do it. I'm going to show you how I do it, but there are other ways to do it as well. For the short topspin, I come here, and instead of going around or instead of going down, from here, I just go slightly up like that with my wrist to generate topspin. That's how I do it on mine. You're free to do it a different way, but you do need to have some kind of a motion that you can accelerate, get good spin, and it looks fairly similar with the backspin, side spin, and topspin. When you're working on a serve initially, it's okay for the motion to look completely different. Like, there's nothing wrong with just doing this for a month. Heavy backspin, whee, heavy topspin. But over time, you're going to need to be able to develop a serve that has a similar motion. What I would recommend is just work for 2, 3, 4, even 5 weeks on just getting this side spin one down, where you're able to implement good wrist action and to be able to control the ball with side spin. After you have the side spin one down, then jump into the backspin and the topspin. So I'm going to demonstrate the last couple serves here. Short side spin, backspin, and topspin. So as you can see, as I'm hitting the backspin, it's a little bit of this. As I'm hitting the side spin, it's this. And as I hit the topspin, there is a little bit of that. One tip that I tell my students for the topspin is if your motion ends up like this, everybody in the whole gym, 1,000 people can see, hey, guess what? Billy just served topspin. So what do you really want to be able to do? You need to be able to develop a little bit of a jerky motion that you can serve topspin, but still bring your racket down, and then serve with the same jerky motion, but you're hitting on the way down to serve backspin. That way it looks fairly similar. But those are advanced variations. There's 3 things that I really want you to be able to get right. The first is get used to holding your racket like this and get used to practicing the swing without the ball. Okay, just get used to it. It's going to feel weird at first. The second tip in closing is to really focus on being able to control how much spin you're able to get. If you're able to get more spin, more spin, more spin, then later we can control the depth and the placement. But initially, you need to be able to get more spin. And the last and final thing you've got to be able to do is you've got to be able to use it in different scenarios. Some people, they practice their serve. They've got this secret magical hidden serve they work on in the basement, but they don't implement it in match play. They don't even try to implement it in match play, and then they try to break it out against their rival at the next tournament. Well, that's not going to work. What do you have to be able to do if you develop a serve? First, you have to have an understanding of how to do it. Next is you've got to be able to get the motion down without the ball. Next, you've got to be able to land the ball on the table with one type of spin. Now land the ball on the table with more spins. Now more degrees of spin. Now to be able to serve long, to be able to serve short, to be able to serve from different locations to different locations. But first is we have to be able to get the basic motion down. After you have all those variations, you need to be implementing them in your training sessions. As a coach, one of the things that I'm most passionate about is having good carryover to match play. Well, this carryover to match play is only going to happen if you start your drills with a tournament quality serve, if you're willing to use those serves in real matches, in league matches, in less important tournament matches, then you're going to be mentally, physically, emotionally ready to use your best weapons in actual tournament matches. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this video on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. See you soon.